FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
So just to preface a little bit for you, I'd been running from the war first with my elder brother, and then we got separated, and with my family as well. And now I'm running with another group of 6 boys. And so, and sometimes, when the war started, everyone distrusted each other, and especially children, because children were being recruited on all sides of the war. So when you ran through a village trying to run from the war, people were afraid of you because they thought you were part of a rebel group or something else. So they tried to either kill you or chase you out of their village. And so it was very difficult to be a young person. And you always had to prove your innocence, that you were actually not a combatant. So, but sometimes we still came through villages, towns where people were kind to us. So, and this is one of those instances. Even though our journey was difficult, every once in a while we were able to do something that was normal and made us happy for a brief moment. One morning we arrived at the village where the men were getting ready to go hunting. They invited us to join them. At the end of the hunt, one of the older men shouted, pointing at us, "We are going to feast tonight, and the strangers are welcome to stay." The other men clapped and began walking on the path back to the village. We walked behind them. They sang, carrying their nets and animals, mostly porcupines and deer that had been cut on their shoulders. Upon our arrival at the village, the women and children clapped to welcome us. It was past midday. The sky was blue and the wind was beginning to pick up. Some of the men shared the meat among the households, and the rest was given to the women to be cooked for the feast. We hung about in the village and fetched water for the women who were preparing the food. Most of the men had returned to walk the farms. I walked around the village by myself and found a hammock on one of the verandas. I lay in it, swinging slowly to get my thoughts in motion. I began to think about the times when I visited my grandmother, and I would sleep in the hammock at the farm. I would wake up staring into her eyes as she played with my hair. She would tickle me, and then hand me a cucumber to eat. Junior and I would sometimes fight for the hammock, and if he got it, Junior is my elder brother. Junior and I would sometimes fight for the hammock, and if he got it, I would trick him by loosening its rope so that he would fall once he sat in it. This would discourage him, and he would go about the farm doing something else. My grandmother knew about my tricks and made fun of me, calling me Kasiloi, which means spider. In many Mende stories, Mende is my tribe. In many Mende stories, the spider is the character that tricks other animals to get what he wants, but his tricks always backfire on him. As I was thinking about these things, I fell out of the hammock and I was too lazy to get up. So I sat on the ground and thought about my 2 brothers, my father, mother, and grandmother. I wished to be with them. I put my hands behind my head and lay on my back, trying to hold on to the memories of my family. Their faces seemed to be far off somewhere in my mind, and to get to them, I had to bring up painful memories. I longed for the gentle, dark, and shiny hands of my grandmother, my mother's tight and close embrace during the times I visited her, as if hiding me from something. My father's laughter when we played soccer together, and when he sometimes chased me in the evening with a bowl of cold water to get me to take a shower. My older brother's arms around me when we walked to school, and when he sometimes elbowed me to stop me from saying things I would regret. And my little brother, who looked exactly like me and would sometimes tell people that his name was Ishmael when he did something wrong. I had trouble conjuring up these thoughts, and when I finally ventured into these memories, I became so sad that the bones in my body started to ache. I went to the river, dove into the water, and sat at the bottom, but my thoughts followed me.